Simic looks like it's going to be a whole lot of fun to play inside of draft for Aetherdrift. Not only because we're gassing out a bunch of lands, but we're also playing with exhaust, which seems like a great payoff on a lot of cards, so we can really start pushing the limits and pile driving our opponents into the ground. But you know what? It's a brand new set, and remembering names for all these cards is not fun. So if you're looking for little cheat sheets like this for every single color pairing, head to the Discord, go to Draft and Limited Materials, and be sure to download all those to your phone. So when you're drafting or playing, you have a way to get a little cheat sheet up really, really quickly. Two cards to really pay attention to: Ranger's Aether Drive and then Sky Serpent Seeker. Both of these are going to be very powerful. 3/5 that gives you a Thopter every single time you activate an exhaust ability, meaning you're going to have the ability to crew it just off of playing your deck normally. On top of that, Sky Serpent here is just going to gas out some lands onto the battlefield for 4 whole mana and make it bigger. Flying Death Touch on top of that for 2 mana, perfect. Then, of course, they have to create an elf that breaks the rules in every single set. Elvis Refueler here allows you to activate exhaust abilities as though they haven't been activated before, as long as you haven't activated an exhaust ability. That was a mouthful to say, but you know what is going to be powerful. And if we're getting out a bunch of lands and we need something to pay into, we can put 3+1/+1 counters on this 4 mana 4/4 with Trample and Reach. So we ensure that those pesky little annoying flying creatures don't go over our head and really start pinging us for a lot of damage. On the flip side to the Dunes guy, we have Sabotage Strategist making an appearance. It's a flying vigilance creature, and their opponent creatures get -1, -0, meaning swings can be less productive. So like our 2/2s won't trade, which is going to be very beneficial and very annoying to deal with throughout the entire game. On top of that, pay 7 mana, you make it a 5/5 flying vigilance creature, so that makes it even harder to deal with. Ranger's Refueler up here has another exhaust ability, and whenever you exhaust an ability, you draw a card, ensuring our hand stays full. Big creatures to really pay attention to is going to be Varma primarily. If you get your hands on her, which is very unlikely, don't bet on it. She can make all of your creatures big for the entire turn, plus a lot of exhaust gives counters, so those creatures are going to be even bigger, so you can really swing for a very, very detrimental turn to your opponent. Plus, you just have the generic big creatures to really be paying attention to in a lot of the other archetypes. I said Path Cruiser here. That's just there because if you have a pipe dream of activating a Wooburg ability, that does exist. A fun little combo that you could potentially do is Plow Through and this Expert here. It is a rare, so it's unlikely. But if you have this creature fight another creature and then it dies, and then you just activate an exhaust ability to bring it back.